Hello and welcome to Channels Book Club. My name is Olakunle Kasumo and it's great to be on the show again. Nigeria on my mind. Wow. Here's a question for you. How many ethnic groups are in Nigeria? Shoot us an answer on Twitter or Facebook. Fastest fingers. If you get the answer to this question right, then you will get a copy of this book that we're reviewing today. How many ethnic groups do we have in Nigeria? Fastest fingers. First. Well, we've got many. I won't tell you the answer, but you'll probably stumble on it later on this particular episode. But Nigeria is a beautiful country with so many ethnic groups. Some like to say tribes. I don't think so. I'm more comfortable using the terminology ethnic groups. I mean, if the Welsh form an ethnic group and the Irish form an ethnic group, then the Jaws and the Shakiris and the Urobos should be ethnic groups. Don't you think so? Well, somebody may say that might just be semantics. But many years ago, before the British came here and, put us together as a country in 1914. We were just many kingdoms made up this place that we now currently call Nigeria. Many kingdoms with their different cultures and traditions and languages, ways of doing things. And they just were all there. Some were friends, some were enemies, rivals, fighting, trading in slaves and all that. It was just a very big place with many kingdoms. Now, it's very interesting when you explore the kingdoms that make up Nigeria. It's such beautiful history. One of the kingdoms that has been around for so long are the Zuru people. I've got a book here titled Zuru People of Northwest Nigeria. I didn't know about the Zulus until I got sent a copy of this book, An Aspect of Lena Cultural Heritage, written by Bawa Amos, and it opened me up to such exciting history. Oh, I just kept reading and reading because it just opened me. It just shows how diverse Nigeria is. This book is special, and we've got the author with us on this particular episode. They came in. We had a wonderful time with him, and you will just love Bawa Amos. Let's get to meet with him and enjoy the conversation we had.
Prince Amos Bawa is a businessman and author who is passionate about history. Bawa hails from the Senche extraction located in southwest Zuru, the origin of Proto-Lelna in Kebbi State, Nigeria. He is an alumnus of Federal Polytechnic Bida in Niger State, where he obtained an HND in accounting and an advanced certificate in computer science. Bawa, a member of the Association of Nigerian Authors, has authored several books including Chilela Calendar, Origin of Chilela, Burial Rites of Lelna, and Lelna, Boys and Girls, amongst others. He joins Channels Book Club to discuss his book, Zuru People of Northwest Nigeria.
Bawa, nice to have you on Channels Book Club.
Yes, thank you very much, sir.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you very much.
I love your attire.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
You.
This is, we are going to be looking at your book, which is about the Zuru people.
That's right.
Of Northwest Nigeria.
Yeah.
But this is how the Zulus dress traditionally, right?
Yes,
historically.
Yes, historically, this is how we dress. This is our traditional regalia. There are so many patterns of dressing, but this is the most common one.
This is the most common.
Yeah.
This is a warrior's attire.
Yes.
Because the Zulus are warriors, right?
Yes.
Can you explain this attire?
Well, you have just said it all. Once you dress like this, it means you are ready for war. The only thing here that is missing here is bow and arrow, because we don't use gun. We don't use guns. We use bow and arrow. Okay. And even the bow and the arrow is I'm afraid, is poisoned.
Wow.
Yes, so once they give you a shot, they left assured that
you are a gunner. There's no...
Yes. In fact, even if they miss the target, and as soon as it just brushes you, that poison, as soon as it touches you, you are
Is that,
gone.
more, is that not the more reason why the attire should be more covered? I mean, if something more protective. Well, this is history, right?
There is actually history, but back then we don't have clothes.
Yeah.
These are animal
So this
skin.
is animal skin.
Yes, this is animal skin gotten from either ram or goat, and like you can see. These are cowrie shells.
Interesting.
So it takes the rich to dress like this.
So this is a rich man's attire back then.
As it were.
Back then.
Yes, it will interest you in the book. I was just explaining that you use this. This we call it the kweze. This is what you use to buy and sell then, and you use it to pay dowry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
now, as for engagement, rather, you engage a woman should you have a reason to marry her.
so back in the days, if I was dressed like this,
Yes.
and I approached a lady, my chances were very high.
You are there.
I'm already there.
You are
I'm
there.
married.
Yes. Because ladies appreciate in those days if you are a good wrestler, you are a warlord,
You're a hunter.
you are a good drummer,
Okay.
you are a good hunter, be left assured that you are married.
Interesting.
Yeah. It will take you east to war a lady and get her.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Man, it's so much of our culture, they're just gone, really. And anyway, so that brings us to why we're here.
Okay.
The Zuru people of northwest Nigeria. Look, you have, and this is not to flatter you, Nigeria owes you for this work.
Well, it's okay. Thank you.
Well done.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Because when the people have lost their culture and their history and their story, then they are gone.
That's true.
Isn't that true?
That's true.
And what you've done here is you have documented the story, the history, the culture of the Zuru people.
Yes.
Our viewers are probably curious. What's in here?
Well, it's all about culture. And like the content of the book there, in fact, at one point, it will interest you that I didn't grow up in the village. Yes. And if you go through the book, I think I was introduced to my land in 86 or thereabout.
Yeah, you spoke about how you went
So,
there.
I mean, when I saw my people, the way they were dressed, how they lived their life and the rest of them, I picked up interest. So I started.
You were fascinated.
Yes, yes. I started asking my grandparents a lot of questions, my mother and my dad at the same time. In fact, I started writing this, if you allow me, since when I was in secondary school.
Wow.
So at one point I abandoned the whole thing and, but because it's in me, I had to pick up. One thing, people who appreciate culture are people who did not even grow up in the village. That is one thing I've discovered. So if I had grown up in the village, the villagers don't know the value of what they have.
Because they're already
they are used to it. They are used to it. So the idea is to preserve it, to cover the gap.
So that is the why of this book. That's why you wrote it.
That's the why of the book.
What was the experience like putting this together?
It's hectic. It's really, really hectic. Though it's easy to go by because I have people who are still users of the language. I'm a user of the language. And certain things I don't even ask because I have partake in the exercise myself. So I could speak the language. I could write. I partake in most ceremonies.
You can write in the language.
Yes, I can write in the language. I can read in the language.
Interesting.
And I've not learned it anywhere anyway. I think I'm using my sixth sense, if you allow me to say so.
Wow.
Yes, I'm using sixth sense.
Wow. Now, let's provide some education for somebody out there who is very curious.
Okay.
The Zuru people today, if we are talking about their native land, if we are talking about their primary base, if I may use home place, yes. That will be Kebbi, somewhere in Kebbi State,
yes.
right?
Kebbi South.
Kebbi South.
Zuru. Yes, that's Zuru.
Oh, that's Zuru.
So even when you say Kebbi, you are right, because my people deforested Kebbi. They made Kebbi State what it is today. Yes, we deforested Kebbi. If not for the Lelna, that is the Zuru people, Kebbi certainly would not have been what it is. We deforested the land. until we migrated down to where we are occupying now. An element of my people who were left behind in Jega, in Aleru, in Gumi, they have Hausanized. They have lost their cultural identity.
To the Hausas?
Yes, to the Hausas. But then, they still know that this is our root. This is our origin. In fact, that reminds me of something I was trying to explain in the book. There is one meat spiced. They call it kilishi. You know kilishi?
Of course.
Very good.
Yeah.
My people are the origin of kilishi.
Hey.
Yes. The man who is behind kilishi, his name is Kulshe. Kulshe.
Kulshe.
Yes, Kulshe is his name.
That's where kilishi came
Yes, that's where the word,
Oh
that's the
my
derivative.
goodness.
That's the derivative for the word kilishi. It was the Hausa Fulani man who could not pronounce the indigenous name of Kulshe. He said kilishi
Kilishi.
in an attempt to pronounce Kulshe.
That's how we ended up with kilishi.
Yes.
Kilishi.
But let me tell you the story behind the story.
Okay.
Yes, it was a Zulu man, a Fulani man rather, took a Zulu man and he was rearing his cattle for him.
Okay.
And at one point, he is an average Zulu man is a hunter. So each time he kills a buffalo or a wild animal and the rest of them, those days they use ash to preserve meat. You understand? Immediately they slaughter the animal, disassemble it. They use ash and rub it, then shade dry it. What you people call tinko here in Lagos, Yoruba. So the idea is for it not to ferment. Ferment, so that it will not ferment. So it tastes like salt at one point. So the Fulanis, each time they come to that particular man, he gives them this smoked dry meat. So it tastes very sweet.
Sweet.
And the man who gives them this meat, his name is Kulshe. So each time they want to go see him, they will call him, instead of calling him Kulshe, they call him Kilishi. So the Kilishi that later became, the word that later became Kilishi was an update by the Hausa people who later used granite paste to prepare it instead of the original.
Oh my goodness. You know, Nigeria needs to find itself. Because, everybody is stuck with Hausa, Igbos, and Yorubas. I mean, in the big cities and all that. We think Nigeria is about the Hausa, Igbos, and Yorubas.
No.
Even our politics is about the Hausa, Igbos, and Yorubas and all that.
That's a wrong...
Yeah, because there are so many cultures, so many ethnic nationalities in this country.
Yes.
And when you dig into their history, like what you're telling me now, it is just mind-blowing.
Yes, honestly.
It is mind-blowing. And a lot of things, before I come to what some of the things you wrote here, in your book, you have photos of this, right, in your book. What are these?
Well, this is my, let me call it kitchen utensil, where you serve your husband. A woman's use this as dish to serve her husband.
So this is like a...
Yes, this particular one now is the one for the food.
This one, the big one?
Yes, so we call it ihono.
Ihono.
That is calabash.
This is where I put my food.
Yes, meant for food, yes. Where you put your food. Yes. While this one is used for water.
This is water?
Yes.
Water to drink or
water to drink. Water to drink and to wash.
How can this be for water when there is
no. I use this for something. Please, you might just
okay. I wanted to say that maybe there's a cultural dimension to that one.
Undermine the whole.
Okay. Then this is
this is for soup.
Soup.
Yes, this for soup.
Oh, okay. So I have my what do you Ihono here.
Yes.
I eat
for food. Yes.
I put soup. Put them inside soup.
That's true.
Interesting.
That's true.
Okay, this is what?
So this is the arrangement. It goes back.
Oh, this is how this is how it goes.
Then you cover.
And you cover like that.
That's all.
And then you carry it.
That's right. Now the woman now carries it and presents it to her husband.
To her husband.
In a kneeling position anyway.
In a kneeling position.
Yeah. The Zulu women are too loyal to a fault.
Too loyal.
They are too loyal to a fault. If you know what it means, that's what we call golmo, just as it is in the case of the Bible. When Jacob had to labor, who had to labor for Rachel.
Oh, yes, I remember.
That is our culture. So if you know what it means to labor for your in-law for 7 years before you are given a wife, you know that that woman is a gold.
So I remember I read that in your book. So if I want to marry,
you have to labor for
a woman,
7 years. Yes,
I will work for her father for 7 years.
That is golmo. 7 good years, not more.
7 years.
Not more, not less.
What am I going to be doing? What kind of work?
Of course, farm work and oversight functions. Like roofing his house during December.
The young men of today, they don't value.
No. They don't even do it. They can't including me that I'm talking to here. I'm afraid.
7 years.
7 good years.
Wow.
In farm labor. That is contract. It's a marriage contract before you are given a wife.
Now, in answering my question, you said that Zuru women are very loyal. Is that what makes them loyal?
Yes, that makes
because
them,
a man has worked for...
It's part of what makes them loyal. We don't nurse divorce. We don't divorce our women.
At all?
No. There is no divorce in Zuru land. No divorce. Once you are married to a woman, you are married to one woman, but one.
Oh, there's no polygamy?
No, there's polygamy on conditions.
On conditions.
Very, very rare. For instance, on the note of childbearing, if my Golomo wife cannot bear children, I'm afraid I might be forced to engage myself in another 7 years Golomo to pick a wife.
You go and do another 7 years?
Yes.
For another woman?
But yes, for another woman. But in this case, it will be 7 years around the clock. Maybe around 3 years or so. Then the remaining years, the initiate, the Golmo initiate will assist you balance the remaining years. Maybe 4 or 3 years out of the years, and you follow the right process of marrying a wife. The reason why it is like that is because no Zuru woman will want her to be married just like that. It is a pride that this man
and dignity.
Served.
He paid his dues.
Yes.
But how do you juxtapose that with betrothals? Because it's also in the Zuru culture. You wrote here where a young boy and a young girl parents can sign a contract for them to get married.
In fact,
even before they were born.
That is true. Even before they were born, you sign a contract. And I think by reason of my research, I discovered there is a common thing in Africa, even in Yoruba land.
Arranged marriages.
Yes. In fact, they even specify if this baby is a girl child, they left assured that my son will marry him.
And that's it.
No,
nothing changes. But it doesn't change the fact that the boy will still do it 7 years.
No, it doesn't change it.
He'll still do it 7 years.
In fact, they have started observing the culture by that.
Apart from General Bawa, who else is a Zuru person that I know?
We have a couple of them. We have.
I'm just curious. Just give me one name that I'll be like, so he's Zuru.
Okay, Major General Sani Sami.
Oh.
Yes, who is the Emir of Zuru.
I don't know why we always. He's Emir of Zuru.
Yes, presently the Emir of Zuru.
Okay.
And the elder brother of General Ishaya. That's Musa Bame, the then drum law here in Lagos.
Yeah.
Who one time said he is Zuru Marahaj instead of Guru Marahaj. May his soul rest in peace.
His soul rest in peace.
He has passed on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quite a number of them. We have General Tanko Ayuba, who has also passed on.
Oh, Tanko Ayuba was Zuru.
Yes. And we have General Ango, one time custom chairman. Yes, he's still alive.
You know the average southerner thinks that everybody from the north is Hausa.
No, please. No.
You know,
I am not a Hausa man.
Have you observed that?
I've observed it.
It's a very big problem.
Yes, and it's not a problem for those who know. As I speak to you, I am not a Hausa man. I will not be a Hausa man. Even if I die today and come back tomorrow, I can't be a Hausa man. I cannot. I am not, and I will not be. If I am not a Zuru man, then for Christ's sake, what am I? I can't be Yoruba. I can't be an Igbo man.
That's your identity.
That's my identity. I'm a Zuru man. So why should I not be proud to tell you I'm a Zuru man? I can't be a Hausa man. I can't.
I can't see
No.
Bawa, unfortunately, we don't have time.
It's okay.
Thank you for joining us on Channels Book
Thank
Club.
you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It's my pleasure.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, my pleasure.
Let me take some water.
Yeah, please do.
As we round up.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Yes, the Zuru way. The Zuru way.
Yeah.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you. All right. Let me also share with you. Yeah.